What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a new summarization AI agent by creating a simple workflow in Anytime. Let's get started. To create a new summarization AI agent, here we're going to add a trigger, which will be a manual trigger. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to source news articles from a news platform. So to source news articles, I'm going to use the RSS app. So go ahead and create an account in RSS. And after creating your account, head over to your feeds. If it's a new account, you wouldn't have any feeds. The next thing we're going to do here is we're going to create a new feed. So click on create a new feed. And here, you can browse the websites that you'd like to access the articles. You can just type in over here, for example, BBC. And here you can see articles written by BBC. You can also go to your feed, click on create a new feed, and here you can choose a news platform like, let's say, CNN. And then here you can try any of these ones over here. So we can try the one for politics. You can see right here our feed. So now to create our feed, here I'm going to click on save to my feed, and then here I'll copy this URL here, go back to our workflow, and here I'm going to search for the HTTP request node, and then click on it, and then here we're going to paste the URL that we just copied, and then click on execute step. You can see we're getting one of the articles that we just copied right here. So now, since we cannot be able to understand this article, we can use AI to convert these news file into readable text that we can be able to understand. So here I'll click on back to canvas. You can start by renaming this to newsfeed and click on rename. Now we can use an AI agent to translate the articles from RSS App into readable information that we can be able to understand. So to do that, here I'm going to search for AI, then click on an AI agent. By AI agent, we can choose to translate this article into readable text, or we can choose to just summarize it because AI is smart enough to understand this article. We can just feed it to our agent and it will automatically summarize the article for us. So here I'll choose to define below, and here you can add a prompt. The prompt for the agent could be in the lens of your article summarization AI agent responsible in summarizing news articles. And then here I'll add another option and add a system message. To add a system message, I'll click on expression, then expand it right here. To add our system message, the prompt could be in the lens of summarize the following news article into 3 bullet points, focusing only on the key facts and insights. Avoid opinions, fillers, or speculation. At the end, include one sentence takeaway that highlights the overall importance of the story. And here we're adding input variables, which will only be the article over here. And here we're outlining an example of how it might look with values injected. So here we're including a title of an article and content of the article and the link of the article right here. Here we're adding an expected AI output where we're outlining only 3 summarized bullet points from the article here. And after outlining the 3 bullet points, we're outlining a key takeaway of the article here. Let's do this practically. So I'll click on back to canvas. Here, I require specific output format. And click on output parser here. And we're going to add a structured output parser over here. And here, we're going to write a JSON for the output that we like to generate using our agent. So this is a JSON for the output that we like to generate using our agent. We'd like to generate a title, 3 key point summaries, and a key takeaway here. From our article, we're going to source from our RSS feed here. So here I'll click on back to canvas. Then here we're going to add a brain for our agent. I'm going to use OpenAI. Here you'll need to create a credential to connect your OpenAI to Anytime by clicking on create a credential. And then here from your OpenAI API, add your API key over here. Then click on save to create your credential. Then after creating your credential, here choose a model. I'm going to choose GPT 4.1 mini. And here click on back to canvas. Then the next thing we're going to add is a memory right here. We're going to add a simple memory. Then we choose to define below. And then here we can add our dates. Is now. Click on back to canvas over here. And then we can rename this to daily news summarizer. Click on rename. Okay. I'll execute our workflow, see if our AI agent is going to grab our article right here from the RSS App and give us an output of 3 bullet points and a key takeaway. So to do that, I'll click on execute workflow. You can see that our workflow is executed successfully. I'll open this node, and you can see right here it gave us a summarized output of our article right here from CNN. Gave us a title of the article, gave us 3 key summaries from the article, and a key takeaway from the article. So this is exactly what we wanted to generate. Now, with our article summarized, we can send ourselves the summary via email. Yeah, search for Gmail, and here I'll click on Gmail, and here I'll click on send a message node. Like we did with OpenAI, you'll also need to create a credential right here by clicking on create your credential. Then to connect your Gmail account to any10, just click on sign in with Google. Then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to any10. And after creating your connection, yeah, you can add your email address. For example, I'll add my email address. And here we can add a subject line and an email body that we're going to send ourselves via email. The subject line of the email could be in the lines of your daily news summary, and here we're adding our date right here. Email type is going to be text, and then here's and the message body could be in the lines of hi Dennis. Here's your curated summary for today's top news articles. And then here we're adding the title of the article, summary 1, summary 2, summary 3, and the key takeaway over here. So we are concluding the email by saying Beth, your AI news assistant. And here I'm going to click on back to converse. And here we're going to rename this to news summary. News summary. Then click on rename. Right here. After we've sent ourselves the summary, we can log in the summaries to a Google spreadsheet. So in Google Sheet, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to daily news summarizations. And in this spreadsheet, I've created a sheet where we're going to add the title of the article and the key takeaway right here. So to add our news summary to this spreadsheet, here I'll search for Google Sheets. Click on Google Sheets, and here I'll click on append in sheet. Like we did with other nodes, here you'll also need to create a credential right here by clicking on create a new credential, then sign in with your Google account and choose the account that you'd like to connect to any10. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close this. And then here I'll execute the previous node. And then now here I'm going to find our document, which is this document right here. And then here I'm going to find our sheet, which is this sheet. Here we can add the title and the key takeaway to our spreadsheet over here. And then here I'll click on execute step to add our summarizations to our spreadsheet, which is really awesome. So here I'll rename this to key takeaways. Then here I'll click on rename. Here we are sourcing articles from a feed that we created in RSS App. Then each and every single time a news publication posts a new article, we're going to grab it, and then using our daily news summarizer AI agent, we're going to summarize the article here and output the title, 3 summaries and a key takeaway of the article. Then we're going to send ourselves the summary and log in the key takeaways to a spreadsheet. Similar to this one right here, where we're adding the title and the key takeaway right here. Since CNN hasn't yet posted a new article, we can create a new feed right here by clicking on new feed. And here we can find another news publication like BBC News. And here I would like to get the news, so I'll click on try now right here. And then here I'll click on save to my feed so we can access the link and then copy it. And then here I'll open this node. Then we can add a new URL right here and click on back to converse. So now to grab an article from BBC, generate a summary, and send to ourselves via email and log in the key takeaways to a spreadsheet, I'll click on execute workflow. You can see that our workflow is executed successfully. So here we grab one of the articles from BBC. Then using this node, we generated a summary of the article, and then outputted the title, 3 summaries from the article, and the key takeaway from the article right here. Then we send ourselves a new summary via email and logged in the key takeaways for Google spreadsheet. Now when I open my email, you can see the summary that we're getting right here. So here's the subject line of the email, and this is the email that we're sending to ourselves with the title of the article, summaries from the articles, the key takeaway over here. We're logging in the key takeaways to a spreadsheet over here where we are in the title and the key takeaways over here. You can see we're getting these anything notification over here. You can choose to remove it. So to remove it, just click on open the Gmail node. And here click on add option and click on append any 10 attribution, then turn it off. And here click on back to canvas. We can try sourcing another news feed from the RSS app. To do that, I'll go back to my feed. And here I'll add a feed. You can choose to add a USS Today feed. And here we're going to choose the news feed. And here we're going to save it to our feed. Here, then I'll copy this URL and go back to our workflow. And here I'll open this node. Then I'll replace the BBC URL feed with the USA Today feed right here. Then here I'll click on back to canvas. Now to grab one of the articles, one of the new articles that they will have posted, and summarize it and send it to ourselves via email, log in the key takeaways to our spreadsheet. I'll click on execute workflow. You can see that our workflow was executed successfully. In this node, we grabbed an article from USA Today. Then using our AI agent, we summarize the article. Here is the title of the article right here. This is the title of the article right here. These are the 3 key summaries that we generated from the article, and here's a key takeaway of the article. Then we are sending ourselves the summary via email and adding the key takeaways to spreadsheet. When I open my email, you can see the summary that we are sending to ourselves via email. Here's the subject line of the email, and here's the title for article, and here are the summaries, and here is the key takeaway of the article. And to our spreadsheet, we are adding the title right here and the key takeaways over here to our spreadsheet. Using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. So all you have to do here is, here we are creating a newsfeed right here and choosing one of the feeds I would like to summarize the news articles. So you can choose any of these feeds right here. And then now when they post new articles, we're going to get the articles right here using these HTTP request node. Then we're going to summarize the articles using this AI agent right here. And then we're going to go through the title of the article, 3 key summaries, and a key takeaway from the article. Then we're going to send ourselves the summaries via email and add the key takeaway to a spreadsheet. Here you can see we're getting the title of a news article published by USA Today. And then here's the summaries of the article and the key takeaway right here that we generated from the article. And then our spreadsheet, we're adding the title and the key takeaway to a spreadsheet right here using the simple workflow that we created right here in Anytime. Thank you for watching. If you have a workflow or an AI agent that you'd like for me to create using Anytime, just comment down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using Anytime. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.